Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, to meet you.
Love your previous works.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I'm really excited to go see this. I had some
Thanks.
friends who saw it at TIFF who said it's the funniest film they've seen all decade.
Oh, amazing.
So
Thank you so
I just want to know, what was the feeling like to go from doing multiple series and mini-series to doing your first feature?
It was, it was similar but also very different. I think that for me, I've had a really tough time getting my own stuff made in television. I've worked on a lot of great TV shows, and I feel very fortunate to have done that. But when it comes to trying to get my own stuff on the air, that's been a challenge, and sort of I've never been able to accomplish it. And so when I got the opportunity, when they told me that they were going to make this movie, I started crying in the meeting because it was sort of I embarrassingly started crying in the meeting because I thought that it might never happen for me, that I might never get something of my own made. And so I just felt incredibly fortunate, and I think that, I took some lessons from, I think that's sort of like number one lesson that I probably took from TV. One of the reasons I love television, watching and making, is that television really allows you to get deep into character. Mm-hmm. You spend so much time with those people that you sort of start to understand them as human beings. Like it's, I think there's a reason why, like, The Office is sort of one of the most beloved sitcoms of sort of like our generation, because and that's because people lived with those characters for 9 years. You started to feel like they were your friends at a certain point in time. So I wanted to take that commitment to sort of like character and sort of like an actual sort of like intimate portrayal of layered, nuanced people and apply it to the film. And so I just sort of like tried to ground all the characters in sort of a realness and a sort of like a depth that I just never wanted a character who just felt like they were just there to move the plot forward, because I think that the tendency when you get into films, I think, is just like, we have to rush because we have such a limited amount of time, and I didn't want to rush through the plot at the sake of like creating characters that felt real and nuanced and complex.
And then I also want to know, how was the process of making things, because it's very funny, like pushing things to the extreme without being too crude or too harsh?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I never wanted it to feel mean-spirited. Like, to me, the goal of the movie, I really want people of all types to come see this movie. I think that it's a movie that I made for people to enjoy and to like leave with a smile on their face. Like, that to me was always the goal. So, I never want to make a movie that feels mean-spirited or antagonistic. I think that I didn't want to invite people into something that feels like I was lecturing them or condescending to them. It was more, and I think that, one of the things that helps ground it and helps it feel less, that like I wanted to make a satire but not a farce.
Yeah.
And so I never wanted the movie to become farcical and sort of like collapse under the weight of the comedy. So it was sort of like a delicate balance between making sure that there were some real emotionally grounded moments that sort of helped balance the sort of like bigger, broader comedic beats.